Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Minister Cohen. I haven't understood when you were speaking in Hebrew, but I have a son who speaks Hebrew quite well, so I am very proud of that. And I want to thank you for inviting me. In fact, you invited me in September in New York, but we couldn't imagine that when I was going to come to Israel, this visit would take place in such tragic circumstances. And it's good that I had come, and you show me the place where this horror happened. Minister, the world is enduring a moment of profound suffering. And you know what the kibbutz means for the Israelis, because I myself, when I was young, 1969, many years ago, I went to work and I spent a summer in a kibbutz nearby, Beersheba, wanting to contribute to the spirit of hope, peace, and solidarity of the kibbutzim. And when I entered on this ravaged school, when I entered in these storm houses, I felt the ambience. More than 40 years ago, I felt the ambience of what the kibbutz is, what the kibbutz has been in the history of Israel, and what the kibbutz represents today for you. And even found a young woman, I married her during my stay in the kibbutz. So I understand what the family of the kibbutzim may feel when their sons or their fathers or daughters are kidnapped. And today, Minister, I am here to share your grief, to share your pain, and to stress the European Union's solidarity with the Israeli people. Certainly nothing justifies what the terrorists from Hamas did here and in other places on the 7th of October. Nothing justifies abducting women, children, and elderly people from their homes and taking them hostages into Gaza. Once again, in the name of the European Union, I ask for their immediate and unconditional release. You know, Minister, that the European Union has condemned the action of Hamas in the strongest possible terms, and that we support unequivocally the Israel right to defend itself in line with international law and with international humanitarian law. We will not be able to bring life to death, but we can give freedom to the hostages. And the best homage that we can give to the memory of the victims is to think about how to prevent these horrors to happen ever again. Hamas has to be defeated. But Hamas doesn't represent the Palestinian people. One thing is Hamas, another thing is the Palestinian people. And we know that war is horrible, and what we have seen here is horrible. And I am old enough in order to have seen many horrible places in the world by wars. And not far from here is Gaza. And one other don't justify another. Innocent civilians, including thousands of children, have died in the past weeks. We know that people are also forced to leave their houses and need assistance. They need food, water, fuel, and protection. Israel has to be defended. And today, even today, another terrorist attack has happened in Israel. So it's an everyday fight. But one thing is to defend Israel, and another thing is to take care of the people in need. And that's why the European Union, together with supporting the right to defend to Israel, is also asking for humanitarian assistance for food, water, fuel, and protection. And that's why the European Union and the United Nations has called for a continued, rapid, safe, and unhindered humanitarian access and aid to reach those in need through all necessary measures, including humanitarian corridors and pauses for humanitarian needs. Minister, allow me to say something that comes not from this piece of paper, but from the bottom of my heart. I understand your fears and pain. I understand the fears and pain of the people that has been attacked, slaughtered, kidnapped. I understand your rage. But let me ask you not to be consumed by rage. I think that that's what the best friend of Israel can tell you. Because what makes the difference between a civilized society and a terrorist group is the respect for human life. And all human lives have the same value. And ultimately, security can only come from peace. And I know that you are now consumed by pain and sorrow. But at a certain moment, we will have to see how this war ends and how we can create a better future. A future that deserves Israel, because the Jewish people deserve to live in security. They have endured too much during centuries. But we have seen that wars and technology and soldiers are not enough to make Israel secure. I was talking with an Israeli reserve officer who told me, no army can protect a nation better as peace can do. He was coming back to defend his country, to serve his country. But he was very much aware that our duty is to look for peace, a sustainable solution that can give to Israel the right to live in peace and security, living side by side with others, with the Palestinian and the Arab countries. This is something that has to be remembered today in these tragic moments, together with the pity and sorrow for what I've seen and for the people who have been suffering. And I am sure you will understand my feeling and that we could work together for this endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone.